What's up, YouTube? This is going to be a video where we go over one of my games I played off stream. Um, it's basically just going to be how we play from behind as Vladimir specifically, but all of these concepts should still apply to any other champion in the game. But yeah, as you can see, we were down 7k gold at 18 minutes, and we did end up coming back and winning the game. I went 17-4, and to be fair, my team did play it pretty well. It wasn't like I did this all alone, but there are a lot of fundamental thought processes or concepts that were pretty crucial to getting myself ahead, especially since I was in the Talia lane, and I actually lost lane pretty hard. So I think that's why this is going to be a really good example of how you can come back from behind on Vlad. But without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, and for those of you who don't know me, I am Vlad Madir. I am a Challenger Vlad OTP on the NA Super server. And I'm good at what I do, more or less. Alright, so I'm not going to worry too much about lane phase. All you guys really need to know is I lost lane. I went far behind, so if we just watch this, I get fucking solo killed. Unlucky. Talia's just a broken champ, not my fault. No, I'm kidding. I played lane bad in this game. I will admit I got killed by jungle as well. I got caught out. But let's skip forward to around the 15-minute mark, where maybe we would have FF'd this game. Look at this game. We're down 9 kills. We're down 6k gold. We have 0 objectives. I'm down almost 40 CS mid lane. I'm 0-2. I have nothing in my name right now. I'm broke as hell. I got no kills, no assists. I'm down farm. I got no turret platings. Mid turret has yet to be touched this entire game. 9k HP. What do we do from here? Well, ideally on Vlad, when you're this far behind, you can't really do much other than just farm. But where do we get the farm? We don't want to share farm with our team. We want to go side lane and get the farm, right? So let's skip forward a little bit. What do? We back and instantly we go bot, catch the bot wave. But yeah, pretty much we're just farming side lane. Pretty standard stuff. But what do we do after side lane? As soon as we clear this first wave, we have to start backing up because we don't know where Lee Sin is. And of course we see him here, but if we think back 3 seconds ago, we don't know where he is. So immediately I start pathing towards mid, because if there is a play to be made, if there's a pick to be made, it's gonna be if I play around my support, right? I play around my Leona or my Mbessa. Obviously Mbessa's on the opposite side of the map. I can't do anything with her. But let's say this probably won't happen, but in your low elo games it might. No, sorry, I didn't mean to call you guys low elo. Let's imagine Varus walks up here, and obviously Leona can just go on to him, stun him, chain CC him. He has no exhaust, and maybe we can get a pick. And of course, Varus has like a pretty decent shutdown, so that'd be really good for me if I'm the one that gets the kill. But we see Lee Sin here. He starts going in on me, and for those of you who don't know, Snebo is like a fucking bona fide stream sniper for me, personally. So this guy just guns it for me immediately. I flash away, but like we were saying earlier, we play around our support. We have support coming in, and Bess is pinging. She just reset, so she's on a pretty good gold buy here. She's pretty strong. And, go back, I'm pretty sure Fiora TP'd here. Let's see. Yeah, Fiora TP'd. So this is a really good team fight for us. Just looking at this picture, we can see there's Talia, and there's Lee Sin, and then we have Mbessa coming, we have Vlad coming, we have Leona coming, and then of course MF coming. Let's just see where the rest of the teams are. Rest of the enemy team is. Braum is on the way, but I think it's hard to like feel out the vibes from the replay, but I'm 90% sure we knew that their Varus was on a reset or like just coming out of base. Wasn't sure about Braum, but I knew for a fact Varus was on reset, and that kind of gave me the green light to be able to fight this. But let's go back a little bit and let's kind of just see how this plays out. Lee Sin half HVs me. My idea here should be to sustain off the wave. If I don't Q this wave, I have cancer. Okay, well that's mistake number 1. I'll point that out. Before we even get into this fight, we want to sustain off the wave, or use Q on the wave. 1 for sustain, and 2, it stacks our empowered Q, and then we can use our empowered Q on one of these two, obviously. That's fine. I'm getting Q onto the Lee Sin, and then we get 2-man ult. And we end up getting shut down on Lee Sin, which is insanely huge here. I don't believe we end up getting Talia, but let's see. We kill Lee Sin, and we're still down 6k gold and 9 kills. We pretty much burned I burned both my Psalms, my ult, Fiora, TP, Ignite, whatever. We burned every single thing, killing the Lee Sin, so we cannot contest drag here. My thought process is, let me sustain off the Grump. I don't want to fight here, but in the off chance I'm put in a position where I have to fight, or I get engaged on, of course I want to be higher HP. So you can see here, I play inside the bush, enemy team starts walking up, and maybe, just maybe, I can get a little play off. That's really unlucky. Jace's Q went through my pool, or I just pulled a little bit too late. But I'm still out, so it's fine. Looking back, I think this is a mistake to even begin the fight. I really should just be pinging off my team because we already burned everything, like I said. So I should just be pinging these guys off and then walking back to reset because I just got a shutdown. And I am on my my power spike. I'm getting Storm Surge here. Let's just review what just happened. We are down a shit ton of gold. I'm extremely fucking weak. I don't even have first item yet, 17 minutes in. So what's our game plan? We want to go side lane, farm, and then if there is a play to be made, such as the enemy ADC is on reset and Lee Sin plus Talia are caught out, like they're out of place, they're too far up, then maybe we can engage onto them and look for them. It was really good TP by Fiora because she goes behind them, stalls them a little bit for our Leona and Bessa to get there. But anyways, we get reset off. I have Storm Surge plus Amp Tome. This is a really strong power spike for Vlad, I would say. With this build. So for those of you who don't know, this is a new build I cooked up myself, copyrighted and all. Not really, but it's basically just a Storm Surge Shadow Flame build. It's just full fucking pen, full damage, no CDR, nothing. But it is really good this game because I'm solo AP and they have one, you could say Lee Sin squishy if he doesn't build MR, which he won't because I'm solo AP. They have 1.5, 2, 3. They have 4 squishy champions, which I can blow up with like one spell combo. So this build is really good this game, and it's honestly the only reason I think I came back from this. If I went a Riftmaker or whatever Conqueror build, I don't think I would have won this game. But again, back to our game plan. We just start farming side lane. We see the enemy team. We see like all 4 of them bot side. So I shove one wave, and I know I can go for one more. And my idea is, at this point, I have Storm Surge tier 3 Stork boots. I have Mbessa playing around me tops, or not playing around me, but she's on the same side of the map as me. And Jace is a really squishy champion. He has no health, no MR. So if Jace were to walk up and contest one of these waves, there's slight chance, in my head I'm thinking, there's slight chance I can kill him and you know, further increase my gold lead. So that's why I'm pinging this. Of course, obviously they just end up going mid, but it's really good thought process nonetheless. And this is really good as well. We end up getting tier 1 and then pushing one more wave. And the only reason I can do this is because we saw them take our mid tier 2. I see them take our mid tier 2, so I know I have to greed for this. And when you're down this much gold, you kind of have to play like this. You have to maximize your gold lead or maximize the gold you can gain. You have to play extremely fucking greedy. We push this wave. I have Leona. This is my duo, by the way. So we were in VC, and I'm sure around this time I was like, okay, let's look jungle camps. Let's look to get something here because we see their bot lane here. We know Lee Sin is dead, and if Talia and Jace are the only people that can contest this jungle or this wave, and obviously, like we said with our build, I blow them up. If Leona gets onto them and CCs them, I blow them up. So let's see how this happens. We agreed for one more wave. That was a pretty bad mistake to eat those 2 turret shots. But again, I know my Leona's here, and I know if someone were to contest me, I can stall long enough for her to get here. Let's see how it plays out. I full combo him, pull out of his Q, and then we blow him up. So let's say in your games you don't have a duo support. What do you do in this scenario? Well, you spam fucking ping the side lane. You spam ping that you want help here. But yeah, I mean that was a really good play. We ended up, if we go back, I can't see the gold, can I? I don't have that keybind. But if I were to say from the wave pushing here, we reset off of the winning last fight. We go here. From pushing this first wave to, you know, right here, I would say that's probably like 1.5k gold with like 3-4 waves, tier 1 turret plus plating, kill on Jace. Really, really good for us. But obviously, I don't have anything here. I don't have ult. I'm low in HP. So I back all the way up just to make sure I I don't get picked. One little tip to know if you're safe enough to back up is you can use the minion wave as like a walking ward. Obviously the minions give you vision on your team. So we have ward here, so I know if I see someone I can just walk away. If I start backing here, these minions will give me enough vision to where I'll know if someone like is walking up to chase me. So that was my thought process. I at least walk back to the minion wave so you can see if you're getting chased. But alright, right off the rip, we are going straight back to farming. And my thought process is, where is the fastest place I can go farm? Where's the fastest place I can go get gold? And it's mid. So this is around the point where Vlad starts getting really strong. And I know if I play around my summoner spells, like we can actually start winning some fights, or there's potential to win fights. The gold lead is around the same. It's still around like that 6k mark. You kind of have to, it's a bit nuanced because being down 6k gold at 19 minutes is not the same as being down 6k gold at like 12 minutes. Okay, Leona gets a really good stun on the Bar Assault, and again, who are we playing around this game? We're playing around our Leona and our Mbessa. Obviously, in my head, I'm the main character. I'm the one that wants to carry this game. I want all the gold. This Leona and this Mbessa are like my two little servants. They're gonna help me do that. Because obviously, I need really good frontline. I need really good CC to do something here. This is I remember that. That was a misclick. I meant to EW. But let's see how we play this. So I see Tilly ult coming in, and I wanted to EQ her right off the ult. I don't end up getting it, which is fine. But let's see how this happens. Let's see how we play this. So I notice Jace and Varus are stuck behind the Talia ult a little bit, or they were, so they're mispositioned. Their Lee Sin is absolutely gunning it for my ADC. This guy wants to get his ult off onto MF here, and he wants to knock all three of us up. But I hit him with my E, so he's slowed. And then we cut him back. Mbessa ults in, so I know it's just me and MF, and then I go straight onto the Lee Sin. We one-shot the Lee Sin, and then I get my cool off, which is a little... If we just look back, I could have played this better. This E is really good, because I assumed that the Lee Sin would gun it for my team. So immediately, slow him. He can't knock us up. I have Empowered Q coming up. We walk up, one-shot the Lee Sin, but I have Pool coming up. Yeah, looking back, I actually do remember this in the moment. I wanted to EW, but I mechanically misplayed. There are a lot of mechanical, like, little shitlings this game. I don't end up getting the EW off. I end up just fat fingering my Pool instead. I die, but I believe Mbessa kills everyone. This is really, really good for us. Everyone's dead, or everyone on enemy team besides Tilia is dead. Mbessa and Fiora live, so Mbessa gets to push this out, and Fiora gets to push out bot and get tier 1. Obviously, I'm not the one that lives, but I am the one that carried this fight. I'm not speaking from an ego perspective. I'm saying me hitting this E onto the Lee Sin was probably what saved us the game, I won't lie. Because if he got the ult off on the MF and Mbessa, then we're like out of the fight. Yeah, let's fast forward again. Okay. So as soon as I'm back up, we're going straight back to side lane. We're farming. I believe, yeah, around this point, I'm very close to my Shadow Flame, so I really, really want to farm here. We see Jace walk up, so I back up a bit. And at this point, I see my Mbessa hovering. You see Jace here, she fucks up her ult. But now I'm just hitting the Rift Herald. I have both sums up, and see, I can't see my gold, but I'm 90% sure I really, really wanted my Shadow Flame here. So I agreed for this wave. And this is fine, because we see 4 of them there. And let's see how play this. I think, yeah, okay, good. We don't want to fight this. Obviously, Leona and MF get picked. There's not really much I can do about that. But we should have Shadow Flame. Bang! We're extremely strong here, which is very good. But immediately, we run mid, start clearing this wave. Baron's gone. I can't do anything about Baron, but what I can do is kind of fuck up their wave a little bit. Obviously, if they get Baron and their wave is all the way up here, it's going to be easier for them to take the inhib turret compared to, you know, the wave being all the way down here. I get 1 plating, I believe. Talia matches. Yeah. Alright, start walking down. Drags up, and I want to fight this. So I stay in bush. I know they've, or I can assume they have no vision here. But I also have my my support with me, my Leona. And if she CCs anybody with my current build, I will blow them up. They're gone. Well, let's see what happens. So it's down. And again, I'm playing this very safely because I don't have Mbessa yet. And she's like my main safety tool just because she's so disruptive in fights and she kind of like gets the attention off me. I get hit by Q here, which is bad. I don't get hit by the Bar Assault. But at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I just got hit by Braum Q. I'm low-key kind of fucked here. Let me just go in and just do as much damage as I can. That's what happens. Leona gets a really good ult off. Everyone's running away from me. I pop Ghost, get my ult off, obviously, get my E. Wait for my empowered Q. Get my empowered Q off. I do miss my E, which is sad. But here in this team fight, we want to play extremely slow. Wait for my Mbessa, let MF get her damage off. And I also want to wait for my pool. See how I play this. Mbessa goes in. That's like green light for me, that I can do something. Lee Sin starts going on my MF, so I start tunneling on him because Mbessa's obviously distracting the whole team. And if we kill their jungle, that's really good because they can't get Jag. So at this point, I'm full HP. My pool's back up. That's kind of bad I got hit by that, but I do want to fight here because I'm 90% sure I can win. And that is very, very sad I don't get my empowered Q off. But overall, I don't think that team fight was bad for us. They do end up getting dragged, but the fact that we're even... So now let's skip forward. Again, back to side laning. We lose a team fight. It wasn't the worst team fight in the world. I think it gave us hope, actually. We're like, okay, maybe we can win these. Like, we played that pretty well. We didn't do too bad. Shit's winnable. So again, I'm back to farming side lane. Leona gets picked. Obviously isn't ideal, but I reset here because I'm afraid they're going to push mid. And I do want to group with my team for that. I may have been able to push this. I could have pushed this one more wave. But again, if they're going to try to siege our inhib turret, I do believe it's worth contesting because I'm pretty strong here. I mean, one EQ onto the Braum just fucking annihilated his HP bar. And this guy is like 50 MR. It's crazy. No, like, how much MR? He has 117 MR and it just deleted his HP bar. Yeah, this is just like pretty standard stuff. We're kind of just waiting. Mbessa's resetting. She just full cleared. And I'm fishing for my empowered Q. We end up giving the tier 1. Or, sorry. We end up giving the inhib turret. There's not really much we can do about that. And I'm really low. So I'm trying to, like, ping this off. I'm trying to say get out. And it's fine giving the inhib here. We try to contest, but, it's fine. So yeah, looking back at this, I think it would have been... It wasn't a terrible decision to back and contest the inhib turret. Because I think if they saw me split pushing side lane, that would give the enemy team like a green light to dive my team. Especially like an MF Fiora. They'd be pretty easy to dive with the enemy comp. So again, it's not like going inhib was the best call, but compared to the latter, like the alternative, it was okay. It was better than going side lane in my opinion. But yeah. At this point, my Mbessa dies, she gets picked. There are no objectives up, I don't believe. I believe the map's bugged, I can't see it. But I have no sums up. So where do we go? Go straight back to side laning. Straight back to farming. And I do want to take a moment. My farm is not good this game. Like, it was not good this game. I'm trying to emphasize how much I was side lane, but my farm still wasn't that great this game, just because I went behind in lane. We don't see the enemy team on the map, so yeah, I don't decide to push this, which is smart. I'm not sure I can push this, that's the idea, because we don't have vision on the enemy team. So what do? I go grubs, or Krugs. And one more point to make is I always make sure when I finish a camp like that, I have 1 Q stack at least. So I either use my empowered Q, I mean in this case, yeah, I just always make sure to end with empowered Q. It's like pretty important concept on Vlad, especially like mid to late game, is always having at least 1 Q stack. Because if a fight breaks out, then Q is 3.3 second cooldown. So if you have 0 Q stacks, it's gonna take you what, 7 seconds to get your empowered Q. So you're gonna have to go through 2 Q rotations compared to just 1. It doesn't seem like a big thing, but it's just such an important habit to get into, because there's so many games where I'll look back and I'll be like, damn, if I had a Q stack there, I would have lived. Or I'll do like a coaching session and I'll be like, if you had Q stack here, you kill everybody, or you win the 1v1. All right, so my Leona gets picked, and my idea here is I'm fucking scared. I'm really scared of this Braum, because if he hits me with Q, I'm kind of cooked. He does end up hitting me with Q. But you can see how slow I play this. Lee Sin decides to ult me. And of course, that's why I'm scared. These guys kind of blow me up. I end up having to burn my ghost, which is not ideal. But I do end up getting out alive. And immediately, straight to the wave. Straight to farming. I'm pretty sure I'm close to death cap here. So this is why I'm really greedy for these. I could be wrong. No. Yeah, I'm very close to death cap. And with this build, once you get Shadow Flame, Storm Surge, death cap, that's like... you're God. You're actually God at that point. Let's see, do I get death cap here? I do. Alright. So at this point, this is when I want to look for a fight. I flash up. Ghost is still down, which is not ideal. But looking for a fight here is not terrible, because obviously I'm... how much AP? 485 AP. Alright. So Leona and Mbessa on the Lee Sin. We end up killing him? We do. Nice. I start trying to look for something to sustain off of, because I'm low HP here, but I kind of realize my team's going to need me in this fight. So, positioning-wise, my thought process is I'm pretty low here. I need to sit around the back line and kind of bait my team out. Look for a angle to flash on the enemy team, maybe. Fight doesn't end up breaking out, which is good, because obviously I'm low HP, we have wave pushing in. It's kind of sad we don't end up getting anything off the Lee Sin pick on Baron, but it is what it is. It's still more gold for us nonetheless. I do remember this fight. Alright, so here we see the Lee Sin just gun it for the MF. I get ulted into the enemy team. I sort of walk back into the Braum to make sure I don't get knocked up by his ult. And I'm just very scared here. I'm just trying to walk back, wait for my full cooldown again. Again, looking at this, I don't have ghost, so this is very scary for me. Like this fight, we're put in a position where I have to do something here. I start charging my Q off the wave. You see, I have empowered Q. Fiora is going crazy. I get ult off on Jason and Braum. End up killing Jason Braum with my ult, and the flash was pretty. It was questionable onto the Talia. I kind of just tried to assume she didn't have flash, which is stupid of me. But still, ends up being a really good fight. And the only reason I was allowed to do that is because, one, I waited for my pool cooldown after I had to use it, which is unfortunate. And then I sustained off the wave with my Q. And then I stacked my empowered Q. And then I'm back to full HP because I got my empowered Q off in that fight. And my ult, of course, but... Talia walks up, she griefs. Obviously, I just blow her up. I don't know what she's doing. But, yeah, that ends up being a really good fight. And that probably was, like, the game-changing fight where shit started to turn around for us. I start looking for jungle camps. There's nothing up. So I just reset. Again, let's see what we start building into. I believe I had full item. Like, I just had, I had enough gold to buy full item. So I just go Void Staff. Looking back, Void Staff may have been a bit questionable because no one really has MR, but I was really scared that if I didn't go Void Staff, like Lee Sin would show up the next fight with like fucking Negatron Cloak, like 50 MR, or like Talia would go Banshees or Varus Wit's End, you know. I was really scared that they would build MR and I wouldn't have Void Staff for them, so that's why I went Void Staff here. And obviously it's good against Braum, but he's not really my prio target. I have Ghost up. I'm very fucking strong. And we just won the last fight, so I'm pretty confident we can win this one. Alright, so here, my team gets Leah ulted off. And this positioning is like very key for us, because I'm waiting for the enemy team to gun it onto my team. They see me with the ward, so I start backing off a little bit. But again, like this positioning is really good. Because if you see, we have really good engage with Mbessa plus Leona, and then if I come from behind them and blow them up, it was really good. So as soon as Leona ults, I'm like, okay, time to go in. I get ult off, I get my EW, and then it's a little, it might look a little weird how I play this fight, but it's actually really good. So I get 3-man ult off, I believe. I think there's like one person under this. Yeah, there is. So I get my 3-man ult off, and I EW, get my damage off. They get blown up by my ult, they get finished, and I'm back to full. But the idea is, I get my damage off, and then I EW away. I EW back into my MF, because obviously she's ulting, so she's like they don't want to be near her. They want to get away from her. One shot the Braum, and we one shot the Jace, and boom, just like that, we get a quadra kill. That's free Baron, free tier 2. Sad we don't end up getting the Penta, but overall, just a really good fight and a really good positioning from me. No glaze. But you can kind of see how I play this game really well in terms of playing with my team comp. I'm not the engage this game. I'm dishing out the damage with MF, of course. But with champs like Leona and Mbessa Fiora, like these guys are gonna go on their backline. They're gonna consume so much pressure that I'm allowed to kind of sit back and wait for like that perfect moment to go in. And that's what ended up happening in this fight. Alright, but yeah, off that team fight, we end up getting Baron. And then we end up getting Drag, right? Oh, one more fight. Alright, so let's go back a little bit, see how this plays out. Okay. So we're trying to contest this part of the jungle, which is good, but obviously we need to back up as soon as the enemy starts contesting. I'm a bit chunked out here. I'm a bit low. So my idea is let me heal off the dragon a little bit and get my Q stack. I get chunked out again. Get hit by Braum Q. And at this point I'm like, all right, I'm really low. Let me try to heal off the drag. But forced to end up going on my team. And then I get my empowered Q off on the scuttle and I'm back to full HP. I start trying to get the scuttle. Obviously because we want vision, a little bit of move speed too. That was insane damage, but holy shit. I don't have sums here, so playing this fight is like really, it's really important for me to play this fight well. I get my ulti off on them, and Lee Sin dies to it. Let's go back a little bit actually, see if we can play this a little bit better. Alright, so here, I get my Q stack off the drag. Again, we always want to have empowered Q when going into the fight, like when we're looking for that engage play. Not engage, but like the follow-up play. I get hit by Braum Q. That's like pretty bad. That slows me by a lot. We get our ult off on the Lee Sin and the Talia, and my E, of course, and that's what ends up killing Lee Sin. And we end up pulling away. Fiora does a good job of kind of following up, like making sure to frontline for me as I'm pulling off. And then I use my empowered Q on the drag, heal up. Lee Sin dies. At this point, I'm looking for EQ on the Jace because he's really mispositioned and watch his HP bar. He just gets deleted. That was like that was base EQ and he's already 1 HP. And then again, as soon as I use my abilities, I walk back a little bit, try to play safe, wait for them to come back up. And as soon as they're up, we go back in. One shot the Talia. One shot the Varus. And that's pretty much game at this point. We ended up coming back from an insane deficit. Obviously, we'll go over how I close this game out. End up getting the mid inhib. So at this point, I see my Lee Sin, or not my Lee Sin, sorry, my MF doing some stupid shit, dying for no reason. But I'm just like, okay, let me just get mid inhib. I can't help my ADC. She's worthless. The common mistake I tend to make in these games is I assume because I'm strong and I want to fight, that my team wants to fight. And And especially if I turn my brain off, you know, I'm talking to Twitch chat, I would just like kind of walk down mid and just like try to 1v5. But I'm playing off stream here, so I'm actually thinking a bit more. But where I'm going with this is I wait for my Leona to fight with me, because I cannot fight without my Leona and my Mbessa. So wait for Mbessa to stop clearing. She starts walking up as well. At this point, now I can start walking up. I have Mbessa on bot side jungle. I have Leona on top side jungle. It's a little less scary for me. Start walking up, clear the wave. Very good. And we play patient. We play very patient here. Wait for the wave to come up. And you have to understand, I'm not the engage this game, you know? It may seem like I'm the engage because I'm the one doing all the damage, but I'm more like a secondary engage slash follow-up. Let's see how we play this. I get chunked out by the JCQ. Not ideal. But at this point, I see Jace is getting fucked. Jace is like actually getting one shot. And then Mbessa hits ult, which is good. I believe, yeah. My thought process is, as soon as I see Talia in that Zhonya's, I'm kind of like, okay, as soon as she gets out, she's fucking dying. Get my EQ off on her. I don't end up getting Q stack on the cannon, just sad, but yeah, let's go. I'll wait for my W. And you can see how far back I'm playing is because I'm really scared of getting poked out by Varus. And I don't need to eat his abilities. Like that's probably if it's no one wants to eat his abilities, but if it's anyone's job to eat his abilities, it's gonna be Mbessa, not me. Okay, and you can kind of see I'm dancing around here. I do believe I could have been hitting the turret at least once or twice, but then Jace walked up and he does damage. All right, I see 3 enemies walking up. Varus has no shield, so I already know we had to blow him up. Don't end up getting the kill on Lee Sin, but Varus dead. Braum's 1 HP. I start hitting the Nexus turret, and then obviously from here the game is over. I hope this video was a pretty good example to you guys of how you can play from behind as Vlad. Again, I do want to give credit where credit's due. My team did play very well this game from behind. No one was tilted. I did have a LCS jungle, and like what? Fucking rank 1 support. I mean, KDA doesn't mean shit. Light and Reset played very well this game. I won't lie. Fura played well. You know, MF was shit. I won't lie. MF was shit. But yeah, you can kind of see it's generally the same game plan when you're behind. You go side lane, you farm, wait for your power spikes, and then if there looks like an angle where the enemy team's mispositioned, then you can look for a pick, and then keep doing that over and over again until you're strong enough to 1v9 a team fight. But yeah, I hope that helped you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know in my Twitch chat or in my Discord. Link will be in the bio. But have a good day, everyone.